I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
He and Jordan are clearly the best perimeter duo ever. And if you just go by success, the best duo, period. Here's the thing, though. And I have always felt that this isn't new. This isn't based on Scottie going overboard, way overboard with his comments. I have felt this way since I was watching the Bulls play when Scottie entered the league. We know he came from the University of Central Arkansas, right? We know he was a late bloomer. We know nobody knew about him when he was drafted, and he was raw. When I watched Scottie Pippen averaged 7 points as a rookie. He averaged 14 his second year, 16 his third. And when I remember watching Scottie Pippen and saying to myself, as he grew and got better and better and better, this dude is kind of mimicking Michael Jordan's game. Like, he's learning. I could see him learning from Jordan. And if you talk to people in that organization who were there at that time, they say Scottie learned like how to work hard from Mike. He learned how to be a professional from Mike. You know, he obviously his game got incredible. But I honestly believe if Scottie doesn't go to the Bulls and he goes somewhere else, I don't think he becomes what he did. And I also believe that had any other really good, talented wing player gone to Chicago, I'm not saying they would have been the defender that Scottie was. He's an all-time great defender. But they would have blossomed and developed as well, and I think they still would have won titles.
Scottie Pippen, the man who stood shoulder to shoulder with Michael Jordan through 6 NBA championships, once again ignited a storm. He declared, "I saw Jordan play before I came to the Bulls. He was a horrible player, horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one, taking bad shots. And when we became a team, everybody forgot who he was." This was not just a casual remark. It was bitterness erupting, a stab at history itself. And the problem is not only that the statement is false, it's that Pippen has repeatedly contradicted himself. At times, he's crowned Jordan the GOAT. At other times, he's insisted LeBron was greater. After The Last Dance, when Jordan's image loomed as an indestructible icon, Pippen released a book and fired off criticisms, desperate to chip away at the mountain he once stood beneath. Chris Broussard called it plainly, "Scottie flip-flops too much. One day it's Jordan, the next it's LeBron, then back to Jordan. This isn't objective truth, it's personal bitterness." And Broussard added, "Jordan before Pippen was not horrible. As a rookie in 1985, Jordan averaged 28 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists on 51% shooting. By 1987, Jordan was putting up 37 points per game on 48% shooting. How can you possibly call a player like that horrible? That's the point. Numbers don't lie. Anyone who witnessed Jordan from day one knows he was already a storm from the moment he entered the NBA. What Jordan lacked in those early years wasn't talent. It was teammates strong enough to carry the weight with him. And Pippen was the one who benefited most from stepping into Jordan's fire." Broussard drove it home further. Pippen learned how to work, how to be a professional, how to carry himself from Jordan. If Pippen had gone to another team, he might never have become a Hall of Famer. But if any other talented wing had gone to Chicago, playing alongside Jordan, the Bulls still would have won titles. So when Pippen spits out the words, "Jordan was horrible," that dagger doesn't pierce the legend. Instead, it exposes a harsher truth. It was Pippen who needed Jordan to become the Pippen we remember. Jordan, from day one, was already the standard of greatness, a truth no bitterness can rewrite, no revision can erase. Jordan's early years, greatness from the start. To understand the absurdity of Pippen's claim, we must go back to Michael Jordan's very first years in the NBA. In 1984, the moment he stepped into the league, Jordan didn't need a trial period, didn't need 3 or 4 years to adjust. From day one, he was a phenomenon. Rookie season, o 1986, si 4 si 5. averaged 28.2 points, 6.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists. Shot an incredible 51% from the field, an elite efficiency rate, especially in an era where the three-pointer barely existed. Selected to the All-Star game and named to the All-NBA second team. Pause and compare. LeBron James as a rookie averaged 20.9 points on just 41% shooting. Kobe Bryant, in his first year, managed only 7.6 points per game. And Jordan? He immediately set the standard for superstardom, towering above the benchmarks of the generations that followed. 1986, 8-7 third season, Jordan averaged a staggering 37.1 points per game, leading the league. Field goal percentage, 48%, in an NBA era defined by violent defenses and punishing physicality defenses that today would be outlawed. This remains one of the most insane scoring seasons in league history. And let's be clear, Jordan's points were not empty numbers. He carried a weak Bulls roster riddled with mediocrity, scandals, and inconsistency. While Scottie Pippen was still a rookie averaging a mere 7 points per game, Jordan was single-handedly dragging Chicago into the playoffs, facing juggernauts like Larry Bird's Celtics and Isaiah Thomas's Pistons. Chris Broussard nailed it. To call Jordan horrible when he averaged 28 points as a rookie, then 37 points in his third season, it's not just wrong. It's a blatant distortion of history. Here lies the crucial truth. Jordan never needed Pippen to become Jordan. From the beginning, he was already the storm. What he lacked was not talent, but teammates strong enough to transform that storm into a dynasty. And when Pippen arrived, he was swept into that storm learning, sharpening, growing into the player history remembers. For Pippen to turn around decades later and call the man who forged him horrible, that is not truth. That is betrayal of memory. It is bitterness, not reality. The making of Pippen. Scottie Pippen's rise in the NBA is often told as though it happened in isolation, as if he simply bloomed into greatness on his own. But the truth that cuts through all bitterness, is this. Pippen's greatness was forged in the fire of Michael Jordan. When he entered the league in 1987, Pippen was raw. A late bloomer from the University of Central Arkansas, virtually unknown, drafted with little fanfare his rookie year, 7 points per game. His second year, 14 points. His third, 16. Solid improvement, yes, but hardly the trajectory of a future Hall of Famer without intervention. And the intervention was Jordan. Those inside the Bulls organization will tell you, Pippen learned how to work from Jordan. He learned how to practice like a professional, how to prepare his body, how to study the game. He mirrored Jordan's movements, mimicked his intensity, absorbed his mentality. Jamal Crawford once said Jordan had 23 superpowers. Pippen, standing next to him every day, learned how to borrow some of that power. Jordan was not just a teammate, he was a relentless standard. Practices were battles. Every drill was a test. If you could survive Jordan's fire in practice, the games felt easier. And Pippen, to his credit, did not wilt. He grew, he toughened, he sharpened his defense until it was elite, his versatility until it was unmatched. But he grew because he was iron being sharpened by iron. Imagine Pippen drafted elsewhere. Without Jordan's demanding presence, without his model of professionalism, without that daily crucible, does Scottie become Scottie? Doubtful. He might still have been good, but great? Legendary? History says no. And here is the irony. When Pippen now tries to tear Jordan down, calling him horrible in those early years, he is spitting at the very soil that nourished him. Because the truth is brutal. Scottie Pippen without Michael Jordan is an unanswered question. But Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen is still Michael Jordan. Yes, Jordan needed teammates to win titles. Every legend does. But the idea that Pippen made Jordan ignores the reality. It was Jordan who made Pippen, who demanded Pippen rise, who gave Pippen the platform to become more than just another long wing with potential. Pippen's career is forever tied to Jordan's shadow, not the other way around. And no bitterness can rewrite that truth. The duo and the truth about team. Basketball is, and always will be, a team game. On that point, Scottie Pippen is correct. No one wins 6 championships alone. But here is the truth Pippen avoids. Not all teams are created equal. Some men play on a team. Michael Jordan made his team. Yes, Jordan and Pippen formed the greatest perimeter duo of all time. Together, They locked down opponents, suffocated passing lanes, and elevated Chicago's defense to historic levels. Together, they carved a dynasty. But ask yourself, who was the axis? Who was the gravitational force? It was Jordan. Teammates didn't simply play next to him, they revolved around him. He was the standard that demanded elevation. He was the bar that others had to climb toward. Pippen grew into a Hall of Famer because Jordan's presence forced him to grow. Horace Grant toughened under Jordan's fire. Steve Kerr became unshakable because Jordan tested him every day. Even Dennis Rodman, the mercurial genius, found structure within Jordan's orbit. This is the difference Pippen refuses to admit. Jordan elevated everyone. Everyone. He took a roster filled with role players, raw talents, and inconsistent parts, and he turned them into champions. That is the definition of leadership at the highest level. And let's challenge Pippen's suggestion. If another talented wing had gone to Chicago, they would have blossomed too. Exactly. That is the point. Because the constant in the equation was Jordan. Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins, Grant Hill, place any of them next to Jordan, and Chicago still wins. Why? Because Jordan was the Sunday. Any planet within his orbit would shine brighter. The Bulls dynasty was not the story of Michael needing Scottie to be Michael. It was the story of Michael forcing Scottie and everyone else to become more than they were. That is why Jordan's greatness transcends the word team. He didn't just play the game, he bent the game around his will. So when Pippen says, it's a team game, one player can't do it, he's both right and wrong. He's right that titles require a team, but he's wrong to forget that some players are so transcendent, so relentless, that they are the reason the team becomes a team. That was Jordan. He wasn't one piece of the puzzle. He was the puzzle itself. Everyone else just had to fit into place. The verdict: bitterness versus truth. Scottie Pippen's words echo loud, but they do not echo true. When he calls Jordan a horrible player before the Bulls became a dynasty, he is not describing reality. He is describing resentment. He is describing the ache of living in a shadow so vast that even 6 rings could not lift him out of it. Look at the facts. Michael Jordan was dominant from day one, Rookie of the Year, 28 points a game on 51% shooting, dragging weak rosters into the playoffs. By his 3rd season, he was scoring 37 a night, delivering numbers that even the most celebrated legends could not touch. That is not horrible. That is unprecedented greatness. Look at the trajectory. Pippen entered the league raw, unknown, and unrefined. He learned from Jordan, practiced against Jordan, absorbed Jordan's fire until it forged him into steel. Without Jordan, does Pippen become a Hall of Famer? History suggests no. But without Pippen, does Jordan remain Jordan? Absolutely yes. Because Jordan had already proven himself before Scottie ever put on a Bulls jersey. Look at the team. The Bulls were a dynasty, yes, but Jordan was its engine, its heartbeat, its relentless center. He didn't just need a team, he made a team. He transformed role players into champions, molded inconsistent pieces into legends. Pippen was crucial, but he was crucial because Jordan demanded it. Because Jordan created the environment where greatness was the only option. So why does Pippen say these things now? Because bitterness blinds. Because personal wounds bleed into public words. Because being remembered as the other guy eats away at pride. Chris Broussard was right. This isn't about truth. It's about pain. Hurt people hurt people. And Pippen, still living under Jordan's shadow, lashes out to make himself feel taller. But the truth doesn't bend. History doesn't erase itself. Numbers don't lie. And anyone who watched knows. Michael Jordan was never horrible. He was fear. He was fire. He was inevitability. He was the measure of greatness from the moment he touched an NBA floor. Pippen may try to rewrite the story, but his pen is too weak. The ink of Jordan's legend is carved in stone: 6 rings, 6 finals MVPs, perfect dominance, eternal fear, and no bitterness, no revision, no desperate words can ever scratch that stone. Michael Jordan was not just the best player, he was the standard, the benchmark, the truth that stands tall when all lies fall. Scottie Pippen can scream horrible all he wants. History already answered him, and history's answer is eternal. Michael Jordan was, is, and will forever be the greatest.